Pop superstar Justin Timberlake may have just wrapped up his 2-year Forget Tomorrow World Tour, but it turns out his biggest battles weren't on stage. They were happening inside his own body. What the public saw as lackluster performances or possible tour fatigue was actually the result of a hidden health battle he fought silently: Lyme disease. Yes, that same condition often associated with hiking trips gone wrong and mysterious bullseye rashes. Timberlake's recent Instagram confession opened a window into his world behind the glitter and spotlights. And let's just say, being a multi-platinum artist doesn't make you immune to rogue ticks and real-world problems. The tick that took down Timberlake. "I just needed a break," Justin wrote in his heartfelt social media post. No, not a diva-style break with spa robes and cucumber water, but a forced one, by doctors. For a man known for not missing a beat, having his body betray him was a harsh pill to swallow. Lyme disease, for the unfamiliar, is a sneaky little bacterial infection transmitted by tick bites, usually from the black-legged deer tick, aka nature's most annoying ninja. What starts as flu-like symptoms and a possibly Instagrammable rash can morph into nerve pain, extreme fatigue, brain fog, facial paralysis, and basically feeling like a human paperweight. Timberlake called his experience relentlessly debilitating, clarifying that he wasn't sharing his diagnosis for sympathy, but to shed light on the toll it takes. And suddenly, those half-hearted vocals and audience participation-heavy performances start making a lot more sense, finishing the tour with a limp, not a lip sync. Despite enduring pain that would make most of us call in sick for 3 months straight, Justin powered through the final leg of his tour. The joy of performing outweighed the physical strain, he wrote, proving once again that he's a showman to the core, even when his nerve endings are staging a mutiny. Rumors had been swirling online about Timberlake's supposedly lazy stage presence. Some fans said he was barely singing. Critics questioned whether he had lost his spark. Well, turns out he hadn't lost it. He was just fighting a microscopic invader like a pop-singing gladiator. He credited his perseverance to the unwavering support of his wife, actress Jessica Biel, and their 2 sons. And just when you thought the man couldn't get more endearing, he got even more real. Lyme disease, the great equalizer. Justin isn't the first celeb to get taken down by the tick. Lyme disease doesn't care if you've got Grammys or a private jet, it comes for everyone. Remember Justin Bieber? Before his Peaches phase, he too was wrongly labeled a train wreck spiraling out of control. But behind the scenes, he was dealing with Lyme disease and chronic mono. Suddenly, the erratic behavior made a lot more sense. Avril Lavigne, she went from skater punk to bedridden warrior queen. She was misdiagnosed for so long that she started planning for her death. Yes, that's how bad it got. Her recovery inspired the haunting ballad Head Above Water, and because literally that's what she was trying to do. Even Zoolander himself, Ben Stiller, wasn't spared. After a tick encounter in Nantucket, he ended up with a mystery knee the size of a grapefruit. Diagnosis: Lyme. Treatment: antibiotics. Result: no more swollen knee, but a lifelong appreciation for bug spray. Other celebs in the club: Kelly Osbourne, who got bitten at Ozzy's reindeer sanctuary, Alec Baldwin, who got it twice and thought he was dying, and Bella Hadid, who fought for over 15 years before finally finding peace. Apparently being rich and famous doesn't stop ticks from attacking your immune system like it's Black Friday at Walmart. Just when things were looking up, if you thought Justin's saga ended with a heartwarming tale of resilience and family support, buckle up, because this story takes a hard left turn into the Hamptons. Just days after his tour wrapped, Justin Timberlake was arrested for driving while intoxicated. Apparently, our man JT didn't just forget tomorrow. He forgot to stop at a stop sign and stay in his lane. According to the police report, he smelled like a bar, had bloodshot eyes, and gave a performance during his field sobriety test that was less smooth criminal and more drunk uncle. When confronted, he told officers, "I had 1 martini and I followed my friends home," which sounds suspiciously like the cocktail version of "the dog ate my homework." The officer reportedly didn't recognize him. When Justin said, "This is going to ruin the tour," the cop, ever the pragmatist, replied, "What tour?" Court dates and marriage debates. Justin pleaded not guilty and is due in court on July 26th. Legal experts are already preparing for what will likely be a "cry me a river" defense. And while the internet had a field day with memes and zingers, one question loomed large. How is Jessica Biel taking all this? Just a day before the arrest, Jessica was quoted praising Justin as the rock of our family, saying she'd always be there to keep him grounded and warm. Well, grounded might be an unfortunate choice of words, considering her husband was just grounded by police. But we digress. Jessica has stood by Justin through cheating rumors, public backlash, and enough scandals to keep a tabloid editor in business for a decade. So let's take a quick drive down memory lane to see what makes this couple tick, pun intended. A not-so-Hollywood love story. Their romance began not with fireworks, but with awkwardness. They met at a birthday party in 2007, and instead of asking Jessica for her number like a normal pop star, Justin went through her friend. Not exactly Romeo, Jessica wasn't easily wooed. When Justin finally called to ask her out, she said no, but he was persistent, and eventually sparks flew. After a long, very unkissable wait, thanks to Timberlake being on tour. They dated quietly, became tabloid darlings by 2009, and even survived a brief breakup in 2011. But later that same year, Justin put a ring on it, literally. In the middle of a snowy Montana vacation, he dropped to one knee, and probably into a snowdrift, to propose. Their fairy tale wedding in Italy was pure rom-com material, a week-long bash with 100 guests, famous friends, and possibly a pasta bar. In 2015, they welcomed their first child, Silas. And while things seemed golden, 2019 threw them a curveball. Scandals, Super Bowls, and support. Photos surfaced of Justin holding hands with his Palmer co-star Alicia Wainwright, with her hand suspiciously placed on his knee. The internet declared it a scandal. Timberlake said it was the martinis again. He issued a public apology. Jessica stood by him, and the couple moved on. Then came the Framing Britney Spears documentary, dragging Timberlake for his past behavior with both Britney and Janet Jackson. JT responded with a lengthy Instagram apology, saying he failed to speak up when it mattered. Once again, Jessica commented, "I love you. Say what you want about Justin, but that woman's got loyalty in spades. Love, laughter, and Lyme." If there's one thing the Timberlake-Biel saga proves, it's that behind every man facing Lyme disease, DWI charges, or Super Bowl backlash, there may just be a woman making sure he doesn't completely implode. Justin may have gone through physical pain, public embarrassment, and professional criticism, but he also showed remarkable vulnerability and honesty, qualities not always associated with mega celebrities. So what's next for JT? Hopefully some rest, reflection, and maybe a Lyft subscription. Maybe even a Forget Tequila Tuesdays world tour. But no matter what, it's clear he's got a support system stronger than his falsetto, and that's saying something. And that's a wrap on Justin Timberlake's wild ride. From world tours and tick bites to court dates and cuddle-worthy love stories. If you enjoyed this deep dive into pop culture's twistiest headlines and Hollywood's most resilient power couples, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember, even pop stars need bug spray. See you in the next video.